Hello everyone, happy new year, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dani and I do beauty, fashion, and self-care content, and I'm so happy to have you guys here for another video in the new year. I hope that you guys had an amazing new year with your friends and family, and I'm so elated for what's to come this year. So much content planned out for the year, especially now that I'm done with grad school, so I can now take the time that I was focusing on that and focus my full attention on this, of course with working, right? So once again, super excited to have you guys back here in the new year, and I felt the most appropriate video to kickstart off the new year, given that we all love fragrance content. I love it, y'all love it. The conversation is always great around the topic. I felt that it was only right to sit down and make a video discussing the top 5 fragrances to start the year off fresh. Now, fresh in this regard does not necessarily mean a clean linen or fluorescent scent as we typically think when it comes to perfume. Fresh in this regard, as it pertains to the new year, for me means just having a set of fragrances that make you feel the most confident in any room that you walk in. Whether you're going to a gym, whether you're going to work, attending meetings, conferences, or attending class and courses, this is just a comprehensive list of fragrances that I feel complement most, if not all, women. But these are some of my favorite go-to core fragrances in my collection that just make me feel the best and most confident, and of course fresh, long-lasting, all of those things. Okay, so to kickstart off the new year, if you guys are interested in getting into some fragrance content, talk about some delicious, yummy fragrances that will make you feel confident and radiant and fresh in every single room that you walk in this year, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, y'all, so to kickstart off this list, we're going to touch on a fragrance that I actually purchased last year. When I was in LA, literally this time last year, I smelled this fragrance for the first time, and I told myself that I didn't need it immediately, but it was definitely on my purchasing list. Okay, so the fragrance that I'm talking about is the MFK 724 fragrance. Now, you'll see that I actually have the fragrance oil, and my biggest life hack of all time is when it comes to MFK specifically, if you're not wanting to splurge the full amount on purchasing the perfume, given that they go from like about 200 to maybe upwards towards 400 bucks, then always check out the perfume oil, because these go for about 100 bucks and they're still very strong and intense in the fragrance that it gives off, but it helps you almost sample the fragrance to see if you really want to make the full purchase while still having the fragrance, if you get what I'm saying. So to me, this is probably the quintessential clean girl, fresh, universal fragrance. I feel like any woman, even above the age of 18, could wear this and feel comfortable wearing it day to day. This is pretty much literally like a clean girl fragrance. So although I just mentioned that fresh fragrances don't always have to be clean or fluorescent, this is almost literally the epitome of that though, but it's okay because the rest of the fragrances are completely different. However, I just wanted to mention this because to me, like if I think of like a fragrance that I can step into the new year wearing, makes me feel feminine but not too overpowering, and I can wear it year round for the most part, I would say this. The keynotes in this are white sandalwood, bergamot, and essentially just like a fresh bouquet of flowers. So think of all those ingredients mixed together and how it just screams femininity in every single way. And this is why this fragrance is on my list. Just so feminine, girly, and you can really wear it anywhere you're going, even if it's just the grocery store. I will also say that sometimes women have the tendency to wear really strong fragrances to the gym. And if you're like me, my nose is a bit sensitive in the morning. Like I don't want to smell anything too overpowering, but this fragrance right here is actually something that I would love to smell in the morning because it's just so nice to take in. So definitely check this out in the new year. And once again, make sure to check out the perfume oil. As I mentioned, it's a great life hack, save you some coins, so you can still get the fragrance without paying the full amount. So the next fragrance on my list is a fragrance I was gifted about 2 years ago for my birthday, because I tend to always ask for fragrances around that time. And me and her have kind of gone back and forth, where I initially felt like she was worth the investment, then I was like, I kind of got tired of her because I wore her so much. But now I'm back to just understanding this is just the perfect day-to-day fragrance, especially more so for like the corporate woman. This fragrance is Musor Rose by Narciso Rodriguez. The reason that this fragrance is on my list is because I used to wear this every day when I was going into the office for my corporate job, so much so that I kind of became numb to it. So it was one of those that I just kind of sprayed on, but never really understood how warm and inviting and nice it smelled, especially for the office. You know that when you're in a corporate setting around a lot of people, you want to smell good, but you don't want someone to be able to smell you from a mile away, because that's just not proper office etiquette. But I felt like this fragrance just was a great signature smell. I tend to gravitate towards warm florals or musky scents anyway, so this was really perfect for me, and this is why I essentially asked for it. It's one of those fragrances that are really long lasting, and it also layers really well with sweeter fragrances or fragrances that might be heavier on the tobacco or muskier scents, if you know what I mean. So once again, not only is this a great fragrance for day to day, it's a great fragrance for layering if you like to kind of make your own concoction, as I love to. The keynotes in this are are bergamot, patchouli, soy leather, and vanilla. So if that combination sounds like something you'd be interested in, I'd highly recommend that you check this out if we need a new day-to-day fragrance that smells a little bit more classy, like put together, but you still smell very warm and inviting. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then definitely check this one out. The next fragrance on my list is actually something that I will always have in my collection no matter what stage of my life I'm in. I can't remember exactly where I purchased this, but I'll put it down below. But the reason I love this rich vanilla fragrance is because it doesn't smell cheap. And I say that because oftentimes with the fragrances that we smell that have vanilla in it, kind of smells like it's been diluted, so then it ends up smelling cheaper, like more of like a Bath and Body Works or like a body spray, which there's nothing wrong with that. But for older, more mature women, I assume that we're all kind of trying to stay away from the more like juvenile body spray fragrances and just trying to wear something that's a little bit more mature, right? So this is the perfect one for you. I will have everything linked down below, but this is my favorite vanilla fragrance to layer. It goes really well with the Musk Noir I just showed. If you want to add it to the first MFK 724 perfume to sweeten it up, you can do that. Like, this perfume is just a great base. Or if you want to wear it on your own and just smell like a sweet sugar cookie that's not too overpowering, then this is also really a good go-to fragrance. So, can never go wrong with vanilla. I think it's always going to be so feminine, and it's year-round. You'll smell delicious. This, you can essentially create dozens more perfumes because you're able to kind of, once again, create your own concoction with different fragrances you already have in your collection. So with that being said, I'd always recommend a vanilla. There are numerous on the market, so definitely, like, if you already have one, don't go out buying a new one because a lot of them are very similar. My only suggestion is to buy something that smells rich in vanilla and not diluted. So this next fragrance has my heart because I raved about this fragrance all last year. All 2024, this was like the one I raved about the most because I got it at the top of the year for my birthday, and I just wore it throughout the year and fell in love with it every single time. This is actually by Eau de Bibliothèque, and the reason I love this fragrance is because it is the perfect signature fragrance to smell fresh and clean and beautiful and elegant and grown, but more so specifically when you're going out. I know that a lot of women, or just people in general, they typically have a go-to fragrance when they go out at night, whether it's a dinner, maybe a nice lunch, a party, just really any group gathering. This is the fragrance that would definitely turn heads or just make people feel really pleasant to be around you, if that makes sense. Like, the smell is just so captivating. It's strong but not overpowering, and the keynotes in this are plum, leather, patchouli, and vanilla. So if that sounds like a concoction that you would love, I highly recommend that you try this out. I'm not sure if I would necessarily recommend a blind buy on this because this is a little bit on the pricier side, so definitely just go to your local Bloomingdale's, Saks, or Byredo if you have one by you. Try it out and definitely let me know your thoughts, because this fragrance, to me, when I just think of a grown sexy woman, this is the fragrance that my mind automatically goes to. Okay, I hope that every woman has a fragrance that gives them that same feeling in their collection. It happens to be this for me, so I hope that you find what it might be for you in this new year. But if you happen to be in the market, then definitely try this one out because you won't be disappointed. It smells too good. Okay, so definitely check it out. And the last fragrance on my list is actually more so a recommendation for y'all before I show it. So if you find that a lot of the fragrances on the market just don't really fit your vibe, or you just want to add more of a personal touch to your day-to-day fragrance to help you smelling fresh, clean, delicious, yummy, whatever adjective it may be for you, then I highly recommend making your own fragrance, you guys. This is the fragrance that I made at a place called Indie House here in Atlanta. They are a modern perfume house and they sell really niche fragrances, but they also offer classes where you can create your own fragrance, mixing different perfume oils, and it's a whole course. They have small bites, they give you a little bit of wine. It's a really nice and intimate experience for you. This is where I was able to create this fragrance that I named Je suis arrivée. My boyfriend for Valentine's Day last year booked us classes to be able to do so because we're both fragrance lovers, so it was the perfect way to spend time together while creating a product that we would both be able to use later. I wish I remember exactly what I put in here, but my ideal fragrance, kind of like as I mentioned to you, is something that has sweet elements to it, so more so like patchouli and vanilla. I love like the warm florals, and then having something at the base that's a little bit more musky. So in my mind, this is my perfect fragrance, and having this and knowing that I made it makes me feel so much more confident when I wear it because I know that it's made just for me, right? So I highly recommend that if you haven't yet, this year you try searching up different locations or classes in your area and trying a class out because it's worth the experience and the investment, in my opinion. 100% recommend that if you just feel like all the other fragrances on the market are not worth it and you want to make your own, check out a perfume making class, and I promise you won't be disappointed. Okay, you guys, so that is all for my top 5 fragrances to make you feel more fresh and confident in the new year. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and if it was, please make sure to leave a comment down below. Please check out the rest of my channel for more videos regarding fragrance content that you might be interested in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, of course, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye.